This week on Check Please South Florida, a tropical oasis nestled in Little Havana.
My friends, they said they felt like they were on vacation somewhere on a tropical island.
An exotic palate pleaser in Pembroke Pines.
The dessert was the baklava, and it was excellent.
And a seafood lover's paradise in Dania Beach.
A very fun atmosphere. I really loved it.
Cultural, culinary secrets, and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world. Additional funding for Check Please South Florida is provided by George and Helen Weaver and the Friends of South Florida PBS.
You just wanted to savor every bit of that dessert.
It's delicious.
The best tiramisu I've ever had.
There's nothing else like that in South Florida that I know about.
You'll pull the cheese and it'll be all the way up to here.
Hello, I'm Michelle Bernstein and welcome to Check Please South Florida, the show where regular people from all over South Florida recommend and review their favorite restaurants. So this is how the show works. Every week we have 3 guests. Each recommends his or her favorite spot and then the other 2 go to check them out and see what they think. This week, retired dentist Stephen Mitzner says that his top pick is a solid choice for fresh and delicious seafood. A classic American bar and grill serving all of your favorites in one of Broward County's most picturesque cities. Legal assistant Melanie Frank says that her pick is always a great choice for fresh, simple, yet very delicious meals. A wallet-friendly choice that never compromises on delivering quality food and excellent service, whether you're having lunch with friends or dinner with your significant other. This spot is in West Pines, and it's always ready to impress. But first, commercial realtor Yvonne Martinez says that you should not let the modest curb appeal fool you. This spot will enchant you with delicious creative cuisine, while its lush tropical courtyard will transport you to the islands, capturing all of the vibrance of its Little Havana neighborhood. This is a listing you won't want to miss. It's in Miami, and it's called 12 Provisions.
Hi, my name is Lisette Yampaya from 12 Provisions. My husband and I, we are local, so we live on the area. And what a better place to open the first restaurant in Little Havana. I'm from Cuba, soy cubana. So. We put the menu together. He have his ideas, I have mine. He's from here, I'm from Cuba. So mix the ingredients. I love my neighborhood. The menu is really, really good. Chorizo croquettes, masa de porcochino is amazing. Imperial rice, birria tacos. I love food. That encouraged me to create new dishes. Cooking, I believe that increased my creativity. The kitchen is actually the place I can express myself. 12 Provisions is a hidden gem in Little Havana with a great food, a great ambience, great vibe. Like you feel like home.
So 12 Provisions, obviously 12, 12, right? Provisions. What would people expect when they walk in here? Because it's very surprising, right?
Yes, it's actually a place in a very busy street in Little Havana. So you will never expect a restaurant like this in the middle of the traffic in Little Havana.
Like a hidden oasis almost, right?
Yes. So when you first come into the restaurant, it's very small, maybe not impressive, but when you go to the outdoor area, you're in an island. It's almost like a Caribbean feeling.
You're agreeing with her.
Yeah, a lot of green plants and very Latin flair.
My friends thought that they said they felt like they were on vacation somewhere on a tropical island.
Wow.
The patio has cool reggae music and big plants, and we had a very nice breezy night.
I thought so too. When I got there, the storefront had a tiny little sign, and it looked like a grocery store. And I go inside with my wife, and I said I had a reservation. It's a good thing. There's like 2 tables and an open kitchen, and she takes us on this trail to go to the back, and the back was fabulous.
So let's jump into the food, shall we? So tell me what you had this last time.
I had a margarita, but it was not really a margarita. They use something else because it's not really 100% alcohol. They basically are a
So it's a
beer
mocktail.
wine.
Oh.
But they call it margarita.
Okay, yeah, I get that. So they
it
use
was
beer and
good.
wine
It was
for different
different.
cocktails,
It was
yeah.
different. And we ordered the birrias de res quesatacos, which is basically almost like a taco filled with ropa vieja and almost toasted.
You want to tell them what ropa vieja is?
Ropa
Not everybody
vieja.
knows what ropa vieja is. Sorry.
Ropa vieja is shredded meat, Cuban shredded
cooked
meat.
until there's almost nothing left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The juices that you get out of ropa vieja are to die for, and in this little taco toasted. And the portion was so generous that can be your main dish easily.
What else did you have?
I had the mahi mahi with the jasmine rice, and it had like jello ají amarillo sauce on top. My boyfriend ordered masa de puerco. It's almost like a Chinese rice with fried pork and a little bit of heat, and also had like fried Brussels sprouts. Delicious. And then we ordered the coconut rum tres leches. The presentation was so cute, you didn't want to touch that dessert, and it was so yummy. I mean, we were so satisfied.
Stephen, what did you have?
We started with the sangria. The red sangria, they put blackberries in it. It was a blackberry. And I had the white sangria with passion fruit. And they were both delicious drinks. And then we had the croquettes with, I don't know what kind of meat was in there.
Croqueta with chorizo in it.
That's right.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
did have chorizo.
Yes.
And then we had these Asiatic buns. I forget the
Oh,
name.
lechon asado
Lechon-
buns.
Yes, and
So
they were with
braised
pork.
pork buns.
And
yes.
they were fabulous. And we also had the mahi.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dessert, we had the flan and the tres leche cake, which
Oh.
was in.
Also, the same, probably. Is there
Was-
only one tres leches cake? Do you know?
No, they have the flan.
This was the coconut tres
the-
leche.
Oh, so
Coconut-
yeah,
he had
one.
the same.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice.
Well, the waitress suggested that, and she was right on. It's a treasure. That place is fabulous.
And how about you?
We also ordered the croquetas and the birria tacos as appetizers. Thought they were both fantastic. And then as our entrees, we ordered the mixed grill, which has chorizo, churrasco steak, grilled shrimp, a couple different things. And then we ordered a serving of the imperial rice.
Oh, arroz
Which-
imperial.
Oh,
my God,
it was
you don't
so
see that
good.
ever.
They serve it in a cast iron skillet, and then they have it's covered with cheese, and the cheese is very golden and crispy at the edges. It was so good. And there were 3 of us, and that was plenty of food for the 3 of us, along with leftovers to take home. So it was great.
Service, I would imagine, is just lovely, right?
We had reservations. We went during the day because I wanted to see the garden.
We
It was
went
like a late lunch. It was wonderful.
Well, Ivan, Doce Provisions was your pick. Sum it up for me, please.
It's a perfect place to bring your friends that come in out of town, and I'm 100% sure you're going to enjoy their food and their menu.
Melanie, tell me what you thought.
Fun and modern twists on classic Cuban cuisine, perfectly executed, highly recommended.
Stephen?
I really think that's a real find. I hope it doesn't get too busy because I really want to go back soon.
I think they'll keep room for you, for sure. Well, you can close out your dinner with a coconut rum tres leches at Doce Provisions, located at 541 Southwest 12th Avenue in Miami. They are open Wednesday to Sunday for lunch and dinner. Reservations are accepted, where the average price for dinner without drinks is about $45. Now, legal assistant Melanie Frank says that her pick checks off every box on her foodie list, offering traditional Greek and Lebanese dishes. This Mediterranean oasis is a destination for exotic spices and a vibrant atmosphere. It's located in Pembroke Pines, and it's called Masa Mediterranean Cuisine.
Hello, my name is Faris Bushnak. I'm the owner of Masa Mediterranean Cuisine in Pembroke Pines. We wanted to share our love for food and passion, great recipes that are passed on from our moms and families to share with our neighbors here in Pembroke Pines. I want our guests to feel welcome, like they walked into our homes. Welcoming employees carry the same values we do, friendly, take their time explaining the menu. The kebabs are phenomenal, the chicken kebab, the shawarmas, the lamb chops. Maza means traditional small dishes from the Mediterranean, shared with family and friends in a welcoming environment. When you come here, you can have a great food, great experience. We want to exceed your expectation. In Maza, you're always welcome.
So tell me a little bit about this place.
I've been going to Maza for years with my girlfriends. It's sort of our go-to place when we have somebody's birthday or want a quick night out with the kids.
So it's kind of your everything go-to.
Yeah, I told my friends I had picked Maza for the show, and they said, of course, we'll go to Maza with you.
Yvonne, what did you think of the atmosphere?
Actually, it was very casual, probably a little bit too casual for my taste. And I found the place to be a little bit too noisy.
Casual?
Too noisy.
Okay.
I couldn't have a conversation, maybe because it was crowded when we got there. I just found that we couldn't talk. Yes, Saturday night, actually. But you could tell it's family oriented from the owner, the manager, everyone who's there. You can definitely feel that it's a family restaurant.
Stephen, what did you think when you walked?
Well, there was no decor basically, but it was very clean and simple. But the food was excellent. It's really like there's Greek, there's Lebanese, Cyprus food, and Egyptian. There's quite a big menu.
How interesting.
And we chose to go. I had looked up entertainment, so we went on Friday night when they had the belly dancer.
All right. Well, let's dive into the food. Tell me what you had this last time.
I had the shaved pear salad with beets and goat cheese. Wonderful, a little overdressed. I would probably get the dressing on the side, but it was delicious. I cleaned my plate on that one. And then I had the grilled shrimp platter, which came with rice, vegetables, fresh hummus. And my friend had the chicken kebabs, and everything was just very good, very healthy, not oily.
Melanie, tell me about this sauce that you write a lot about.
So,
first of all, how do you say it?
Toum.
Toum. Okay.
So when you go to Maza, they give you a little basket of pita bread and a little dish of this sauce that's made of garlic, olive oil, and salt. And it's
And lemon.
sort of...
And lemon.
And yes, and lemon. And it's very simple, but I'm a huge garlic fan. And
So I'm guessing you had the sauce as well.
It's delicious.
Okay.
It is.
So you dip that with everything.
I dip my shrimp, my chicken, my vegetables in it.
Bread.
I actually got a to-go cup of Toum to go when we left. I just love it.
I'm in love with that sauce. I could take it home and put on anything
guess
and
you can.
everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
With the fresh made pita bread, it was to die for. We ordered the shawarma and the beef kebab, a filet mignon, and even though the meat was tender, I just feel like a little bit of salt.
Okay. Both the shawarma and the kebabs?
Yes.
Okay.
My portion was on the smaller size. The shawarma was a better portion. The basmati rice with angel hair was delicious, and the hummus was amazing. And the dessert was also really good.
Baklava.
Baklava. The one that I ordered had almost 3 different types, one with nuts, one with peanuts, another with honey. I'm telling you, garlic sauce and dessert, I will go back anytime.
You started with kibbeh. Was it the raw kibbeh? Was it kibbeh nay or was it
Well,
just
it was fried
Oh, so it's
on
kibbeh.
the outside.
Okay. Yeah.
And a lot of meat inside. It was
It's all meat
delicious.
and bulgur.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Stephen, tell me about your experience.
Well, I loved the tome. It was fabulous. And the garlic is great in it, and it was very lemony, so it was really tasty. Then we had 2 types of cheeses.
Halloumi?
A drunken halloumi and a Lebni,
which is a
a
Greek,
farmer
which is a
cheese.
yogurt. It's actually a yogurt. Yeah, it's a thickened.
It makes, yeah, it
Did
was
you love
just
it?
delicious.
So the halloumi, was it seared
Yes.
with alcohol in it? Okay, that makes sense.
It was fabulous. And my wife had a shawarma, but it was a combo with half meat, half chicken.
How was that?
She loved it.
Oh, good, good, good.
And then we had the dessert was also the baklava, and it was excellent.
And I think you had an apple tart.
And an apple tart. Didn't want to seem too piggy.
Never, never. Melanie, well, Maza was your pick. Please sum it up for us.
For healthy, simple, delightful Mediterranean food you cannot miss with a dinner or lunch at Mazza.
Yvonne?
I think for a Mediterranean casual family-oriented restaurant is the most to go when you're in Broward County.
I think it was a very good place to get simple, basic Greek and Mediterranean food.
Well, to get a taste of the exotic flavors of the Mediterranean, you can head over to Mazza Mediterranean Cuisine, located at 15749 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Reservations are accepted, and the average price for dinner without drinks is about $40. Have you ever just wanted to make an epic salad with, of course, some fresh pears and maybe some cheese? I'm going to show you just how to do that. Now, we're going to start out with one of my favorite vinaigrettes. It's called French vinaigrette. It's something that they use a lot in France. It's pretty simple, but it's all about how you do it. So I've got a really tiny diced shallot, which is in the onion family. I also have a really good quality Dijon mustard. But don't go too heavy with the Dijon, or else the whole vinaigrette is just going to be permeated with the taste of Dijon mustard. So go light with that. Good amount of salt, yes, at the beginning. We're going to go ahead and add some lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. And then we're going to add a little vinegar. I love sherry vinegar for this vinaigrette. You can also use white or red. It's up to you, but I love the sherry vinegar on that. Then, this might be a little weird, but you add cold water. And the reason why you add the water is because that mustard will emulsify the oil in the vinaigrette, and it will thicken, and it might get a little too thick for how you might like it and how I definitely like it. So I went ahead and add a little water to that to loosen the whole thing up. Start by whisking all that together. You know how vinegar and oil don't mix? Right. So that's why we're adding everything in now, because the oil hopefully will help thicken and emulsify this. So this is just plain old vegetable oil. Let's start adding this in little by little. All right, so what you have here is this gorgeous French vinaigrette, and you see how it's kind of thickened. It's naturally emulsified with the oil. In this bowl, I've got some of my own arugula that I actually grow at my own house. I thought I'd bring that in today to make it kind of special. I also have some endive. We've got some yellow endive and purple endive here for just a little bit of bitterness, because I love that bitterness. And then I've got some fresh picked mint to just freshen up the salad a bit. I also have some dill. I love dill for a salad. I just think it's so delicious. Let's go ahead and we just want to use the ripest pears we could find. These happen to be beautiful. I'm just going to cut all around the center. Let's go ahead and add the pears to the salad. So we're going to pour little by little the French vinaigrette onto our greens. All right, so let's go ahead and serve a bit of this salad onto a platter. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of our crumbled cheese, like so. And then finally top with some candied nuts like these. Yum. And this to me is more than just a salad. This to me is just the most perfect lunch I could think of. And there you have it, a pear salad with candied nuts and blue cheese and French vinaigrette that is now in your repertoire. Finally, retired dentist Stephen Mitzner is ready for the catch of the day at his pick. Offering traditional seafood dishes, he says this spot is both casual and upbeat. It's located in Dania Beach and it's called The Fish Grill.
Hi, my name is Joe Maggi. I'm the owner of the Fish Grill restaurant in Dania Beach, Florida. I've been in South Florida since the mid-'70s. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than in Dania. I mean, I've been here so long, know people, for many, 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 many years. And that really has lent itself to a very nice relationship and a very long and lasting one. I'm very, very strong on comfortability. And the colors that I've chosen for the restaurant are really colors that put you at ease. They're not bright, they're not anything other than where people coming in can really not get lost, but can push anything that they may be thinking about to the side and relax a lot more. We do have an extensive menu. I'm very adamant about the quality, and I will only serve the freshest fish, shellfish, seafood, Angus steaks, anything, it's got to be quality or I won't serve it. The Fish Grill is a most relaxing water hole for people of all walks of life.
All right, you've been going here for a little while. This place has been around for a long time.
And it's been around, but actually during COVID they remodeled and
Good time to
expanded a
remodel.
little bit. It's still a basically bar-like.
Okay.
And actually the bar is quite large, and there's like 5 TV screens.
And it's on a really busy street.
It's a busy street, but there's 2 parking lots behind the restaurant, so
Okay.
there's always parking, and it's complimentary.
Yvonne, what do you think about the atmosphere?
A very fun atmosphere. I really loved it. A little bit far from my house, but it's a place that I would drive and have dinner or a few drinks, if anything.
Melanie, what did you and your friends think about it?
They had a jukebox playing, so music. They've got TVs with the football games and things on. It was a nice atmosphere to go for lunch on a Sunday.
Well, tell me what you had this last time, Stephen.
Well, after having some of the appetizers at the table, we ordered...
what were the appetizers at the
There's
table?
quite a selection. There's sliders, there's a beef slider, there's a chicken parmesan slider, there's coconut shrimp, and there's fried shrimp, and there's fried calamari. There's a lot to choose from.
How were the fried calamari?
Fabulous. It was
Okay.
very good.
And then what did you have after that?
And then we ordered more appetizers. We had mussels.
Oh, what were the mussels like? Is
The
it
mussels
tomato
were-
or white wine?
We did the white wine.
My favorite, yeah.
And then they also had crab cake. I liked the crab cake. My wife wasn't so thrilled with it because she likes a little more crab than... But the fish is very fresh there.
You had a pistachio-crusted swordfish?
Pistachio swordfish with a citrus glaze.
Yvonne?
I had the calamari too for an appetizer. It was delicious. We had a glass of wine, in-house glass of wine, and we ordered the fish and chips. It was a large plate of food, and we
How
also
were they? Were they good? Nice and crispy?
very crispy. They had the regular French fries, not the other type of fries. We also ordered scrod fish.
Scrod?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it came like in a batter sauce, very flaky. It came with sweet potato. It was extremely good. I'm a seafood person, so I really enjoy the dinner. And for the dessert, we had the brownie with the ice cream on the top and the drizzle of chocolate. Oh my God.
Melanie, tell me about what you had.
I had Eggs Benedict, and I asked for the Eggs Benedict to be poached very soft so that when I poke it, the yolk goes everywhere, and they got that right, which I have to say, not every chef does.
You hurt my feelings.
Well, I'm sure you would get it right. And one of my friends ordered a BLT, which she said was perfectly executed. The veggies were very fresh and crisp. The bacon was nice and crispy. And then my third friend had the fish and grits with eggs over easy. She said it was very nice.
What did you think of prices?
I think the price range was actually extremely good.
That's great. Okay, well, Stephen, the Fish Grill was your choice. Sum it up for me.
It's just a good place to go for a quick dinner, lunch, or breakfast.
Here you go. Yvonne?
I think it's a perfect local Dania Beach place to go, either for a happy hour or a dinner.
Melanie?
What they do there was very well done, and we enjoyed our food very much.
You can enjoy a casual vibe and fresh seafood at the Fish Grill located at 75 Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Reservations are accepted, where the average price for dinner without drinks is about $45. we've had a wonderful time. I want to thank my guests, Yvonne Martinez, Melanie Frank, and Stephen Mitzner. For more about the restaurants and recipes featured in the show, if you'd like to apply to be a guest reviewer, visit us at checkpleasefl.com. And as always, find us on Facebook and Instagram. Join us next time for 3 new guests recommending 3 of their favorite restaurants right here on Check Please South Florida. I'm Michelle Bernstein, and I'll see you then. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Cultural culinary secrets and global flavors. We have a passion for blending ingredients and seasonings from around the world.